What's good, YouTube? My name is Harrison, and you're watching another episode of BRG MX5. We are finally starting the turbo build. The first step is to mount the intercooler. I have it right here. Come join me at the back of the bus. This is a 510 by 180 by 65 mil intercooler. It is a delta fin, and you can tell because these are angled. This was pretty cheap, and I got it off the internet, so we will see how they go. Now, what's super cool about this intercooler that it is Apexi branded. If my camera would focus, please. Thank you. It is Apexi branded. I don't know whether that was intentional or not, but I'm gonna have a bit of a fanboying on Apexi. So to install this intercooler, we're gonna have to jack up the front of the car, remove the front bumper, remove the radiator panel that's on the front here, and then let's just put the intercooler on and see which brackets I need to make, and hopefully get it mounted by tonight. The car is now on jack stands. Time to remove the radiator slam panel. The radiator panel is also for sale at High Performance Auto Parts. Next, to get the front bumper off, we need to remove the High Performance Auto Parts offset license plate. That's just the two big bolts that go underneath where the baby teeth were, or the tow hooks are. Just like the AC removal video, there are two nuts that sit on the fender, and then there's bolts and nuts on the top, and then if you've still got the plastic stuff underneath there, you gotta remove all the fittings for there. Don't forget to remove the plastics, the metal bars that hold on the bumper. So this guy here, and then one going across there. Oh, hi. Welcome to my workshop, where a lot of things get done after work. Okay, I think it's ready to be removed, and just make sure that you're not stepping on your tools, because if you fall down with the bumper in your hand, it could get quite painful. Debut. Alright, don't do what I did and pull out the bumper without removing the indicators. Alright, the bumper's off. I'm going to take off this plastic thing. I think it's just literally just a plastic rotational molded piece. I've never taken it off before, so let's just see how it looks and how heavy it is, because I don't think it's very heavy. It's not very heavy. What the hell is this going to protect me from? Freaking, like, you sit in Rainbow's End and go on a water slide. Alright, now everything that needed to come off has come off. Time to put in the intercooler and see how it looks. Alright, it doesn't look too bad. I'm surprised that it fits within the plastic splash guard that goes just below the radiator. I do think I'll need to move it forward a little bit because right now it's exiting just flush with the front of the plastic rain guard or plastic guard, but I don't think there's enough space for the intercooler piping to go from here and then around, so I'll need to move it a little bit forward. And actually it's more prominent on the other side because that's where all the power steering lines go, so it looks pretty good there. And I think for now I'll put it here because it's tucked nice and snug in that plastic guard, but when it comes to routing the piping I will move it forward just a tad. Okay, to make these brackets, what I plan to do is make a sort of like a cage on the rear side so you don't see it. It's going to be a U-shaped bracket going from up here, across the back, onto here. And same on the other side. And then through the middle will just be a brace to keep them locked, I guess. And then off this brace, it will attach to the old condenser, the old condenser where the AC used to go. There are two nuts there. Hopefully I can show you with my finger there. So those two are going to go across the back of the intercooler, and on top I will have brackets going straight down or on an angle sort of behind the intercooler. So it will sit probably around the middle, bam bam, and then the old condenser mounts will probably sit around here, and that will attach to the bracket here. I'm gonna measure the height from the top of the boss up, down, and then to the other end of the boss, and that will be my first bracket. The next bracket will be the same thing, and then the H will complete it. Will go across the middle and then bolt onto there. Back at the water cutter, we're gonna load the material, which is over here, into the machine and then cut the full brackets. Brackets are made. We're gonna use the sheet metal bender and fold it. Hopefully it'll fit onto the intercooler. What's good, YouTube? Today's day 2 of the intercooler install. Last night got a little bit late trying to fit the brackets on the intercooler, but today's a new day, a new night actually. Let's continue on with the intercooler install. So a little bit has changed since you last saw me. The intercooler is halfway mounted. You can see down there that it's attached to the old condenser mount. And also on that side there with the M6 bolt. Now it's only attached by 2 points, so if I were to knock it, yep, it shakes. So I'm gonna run you guys through what I'm hopefully the solution is going to work. Is that I'm going to use the other 4 mounting bolts. There's that stud there, and there's that empty nut there. So I'm going to use those 4 points to hopefully secure the intercooler, and it will stop that wobbling. And that way I've got 4 points of contact. But like I sort of fudged, like I bent that and I was like, oh, it's a bit small. Ow, it's jamming on. This side looks real curved.
Yeah.
So hopefully my other ones, oh frick, I forgot to bend them. Keep them straight. Oh, I got a hammer and a vice, so I got a hammer and vice grip, so I'm just gonna
Hammer and vice grips.
Yeah. No, yeah, I did. I changed my clothes. Yeah. Too low. Is it? Okay, here's how I laid it up. This is the back side of the intercooler. I've got some C channels running from the top to the bottom, and then I'm gonna put 4 of these adjustable arms that connect to the old condenser mounts. After about 2 hours of fiddling, I finally got all 8 bolts in. What I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to reinforce the connection between the sidebars to the back of the intercooler by welding. So I'm going to take out the side bolts that attach to the condenser hardware. I'm going to take it fully out and then going to weld. Oh, that's pretty dark. I'm going to weld the left hand bit, where it goes out there, to the C channel just in front of the F of the Phoenix radiator. So hopefully when I remove it, the angle parts don't move because I'm relying on the angles now, so I can weld and hopefully we'll pull it back in without any trouble. And that is the intercooler removed. Hopefully these angle bits stay where they are because I'm going to be welding between here and here. And then I can remove these nasty bolts because they were a pain in the ass to get underneath. So hopefully they will stay like this. Then that way there'll be no fasteners besides the ones that attach here, here, there, and there. And we're back from the welding lab. I welded up all my supports, and I also decided to throw in these crossbars because I had them cut and I was going to use them, and I thought, you know, why not? That's why it's got little holes in there, but you know, if anything, it's going to give it a little bit more strength. Yes, airflow is going to be a bit obstructive, but I think it's okay. Now, the moment of truth, time to put it on the car, and hopefully nothing has moved. And boom, look at that! I even put the blue tape on either side of the intercooler to make it look like it's got silicone intakes. But you can see I try my best to align it with the radiator. Boom! That is absolutely gorgeous. And that wraps up the intercooler install. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down and tell me why. If you're new, consider subscribing because turbo is going on soon.